Gardening is more than about the plants. Sometimes it's about the people that we meet and the stories we discover, and how creativity and resilience can bloom in the most unexpected places. What started for me as an interest in a local woodcarver's work turned into something so much more inspirational, and I just have to introduce you to Nicole Gillot and her inspirational story, The Woodcarver's Daughter. Thank you so much for letting us come into this studio and see the wonderful carvings.
Yeah.
You started the Can't Stop, Won't Stop Foundation. What led you to start a nonprofit? Something happened to you 10 years ago. What was it that totally changed your life?
I sat up and I looked at my partner and I said, "What is wrong with my voice?" And he didn't know what I was saying. So he brought me a pen to write and he put it in my hand and I started scribbling all over the bedspread. So something was really wrong. He got me in the shower. I think that would help, but it wasn't helping. I was falling asleep. And what woke me up was the water that had gotten into my ears. And I sat up and I said, something is not right. I ran out in the front yard and I belted out this blood curdling scream because that's all I can do. And my sister, who lives an acre away, heard me, came down, and she thought I needed to call 911. I was not well, and she couldn't put it together why I was. So the partner and the sister were having words. Eventually, somebody called, and when I heard the ambulance coming down the road, we live in a rural town, and when I heard that ambulance coming down the road, I sprinted up the hill like an Olympic sprinter, thinking about anything else but just to save my life. And when the ambulance came up the driveway, I was coming up the hill, and the ambulance driver and I made eye contact when he was coming up and when I was coming up, and he pearled the gurney out, and I jumped on like really fast, and I started stroking out after I jumped on. I remember looking at his name was Lorenzo. I got in contact with him after the stroke because he knew that I wanted to save my life and he wanted to save my life. That's why I started this foundation, because the last person's eyes that I was looking at was the Lorenzo's, and he was adamantly saving my life. Me.
So you were having a stroke and he identified that?
Yes.
Yes.
And
And how old were you?
35.
That is nuts. And scary that something like that can happen.
And I didn't know, and I wasn't accustomed to being sick or being ill. Right then, I knew what I hadn't done. And that was live my best life. Live your life. Live it to the fullest. If you don't, if you're not happy, be happy. Change it. Do the affirmations.
So you had a stroke. Then you were in a coma for how long?
Almost a month.
And I remember you saying it was in the hospital that you came to the realization that you couldn't wallow in self-pity, and you climbed out of that self-pity.
It was like anxious for somebody to come by. And when they would come by, either I could be telling them all my woes or all my troubles, or I can be the best cheerleader I am, and then tell them I will be there on the outside with you. Or
so it's all about making a decision up here and in here.
Yes.
That can make or break a day or a moment.
And community ignites that even more. Life happens when you're living. I used to always say, how lucky you were to get to meet me today. And I said that in business, like, how lucky. And I feel like that now. The point is, all this self-work was coming from a deep place of not knowing. And I still don't know, but I am gonna be a student leader. The world keeps on turning. Why not?
So the foundation is for people who need that kind of support. All of us need that kind of support, the self-affirmation. But it's coaching, isn't it?
Yes. Looking at what you have and what you are needing to improve.
If somebody came to you needing help mentally,
Okay.
what kind of programs do you direct them to different programs? Do you do the programs here, like helping people?
We do peer support in here, and that's where peers, supporting peers, can come down and not that we are any type of therapy, but we know what it's like to be there because we were once there. And it's saying it's okay to feel that uncomfortable, and it's okay for you to recognize that people are not treating you the same.
Yes. And so it's helping people to get over those hurdles and the mind blocks within.
Yes.
To give the world your best.
Yes.
And give yourself your best.
Yes. Starting with you. Yeah.
So if somebody needs help in support in the way that you guys can give through your foundation, how do they get a hold of you?
They can call, they can email, they can go to my website or our website. There is peer support, there is movement, there is yoga in here.
What is your website?
promotingpositivechange.org. These are all old growth redwood, native trees to California. This is it. This is only grown on the coast, and it's redwood. And why this is so unique is it fell down into the ocean and then it swirled around there for I don't know how long, but it drifted up on the beach as driftwood. And my dad and his surfer buddies all pulled it out of the drink and brought it home. And 50 years later, he carved it into this chair.
How long does it take your dad to finish these pieces that he does?
This one actually won the Salinas Monterey County Fair in 2003. And this took him a long time because he has to really know what the face is saying to him, and he's got a lot of grain work that is speaking for itself. My favorite piece, this is a root of a redwood tree refashioned into a table. This is a fish. It's got a redwood body and a cypress eye.
Okay. So he works with different types of wood then?
Yeah. So this is elm. And this is...
Can I hold it?
Yes.
Wow. That's heavy.
Yes. And that doesn't take the stain and is really hard to manipulate. This is old growth redwood. Black-eyed walnut.
Oh, that's gorgeous. I love the dark in it. It's beautiful. It's amazing the work, the detail that goes into this is just amazing. And so anything that sells here art-wise, because you have more artists than just your dad in the studio
Yes.
represented. So any of the sales, do they 100% go to your
No,
nonprofit?
the wood carvings, they do go to our foundation. But the other artists, I want to give them a place to show off their talents. In my first life, I didn't really go all the way. Like my dad never showing his work, that wasn't going all the way with him either. So,
Before this happened, your dad's work was never shown to the public.
yes, yes,
Only people who might stop by his
yes,
house and,
yes,
by the way, oh, you
yes.
find out